Well, Andy, it's half-time in the league. How do you want to sum it up?
Fairly simply, really. Disappointing in terms of not scoring the goals that we ought to have scored. And we just have dominated large periods of the game, as we did last week. You know, we missed chances in the first 20 minutes of the game that ultimately decide the game for you. As an example, we saw Alafosh play their previous 3 games. Each team scored twice in the first 10 minutes. And, you know, it's tough to come back from. If you get your nose in front, you know, teams start chasing the game and you can dispirit them a little bit. So it's not for lack of trying. I mean, I've got to say that I think that Isak's year has done very well considering he's come from Division 3. I think his performance level has been good. I think the same of Kim Dixon. I definitely think that Ili Podrimchako's been our biggest threat, but unfortunately the goal return just hasn't matched their kind of output, and in football scoring goals is the hardest thing to do, and we're making it look a little bit harder than it actually is, to be perfectly honest. But that's it. I mean, I can't, you know, we had a tough start. We knew that it was going to be a tough start. Oddevold, Lund, FC Trollotan, top 3 in the league. We played them in the first 3 games. Our poorest performance of the season was the first, which was against Oddevold. After that, we've maybe played 2 bad halves of football, 2 halves where I've thought, you know, we were really under par. I don't like making excuses. I really, really don't. It sticks in my throat. But we've deserved a little bit more. But at the end of the day, if you don't take your chances, you get what you get at the end of it. We see great finishing in training, but of course, in a game, when it's on the line and the blood is running through your veins and you're running a little bit hot, you've got to find a way. And we just have to find a way. But, you know, effort-wise and determination, I can't have any real complaints with the players. I mean, they've done well in that respect, and we've looked very tight. Like I said, I think we've conceded 9 in the last 12 games. I'll stand corrected. It might be 1 more than that.
What are you most satisfied with that we've improved during this season so far?
Do you know what? We've got better technical players than we've ever had. We've played better football, in my opinion, if you want to say that better football is having more variation to your game than we've had in the past. And we've looked, aside from the first 3 games, we've looked solid for long periods of time, whilst creating chances in tough games. And I'm not talking about 8, 9 and 10 chances, because you don't do that in this league. But if you create 4 or 5, you've got to be taking 2 of them, you know. I played to put food on the table for many years, and, you know, my responsibility was, certainly in my time in Scandinavia, was to score goals. I was left in no doubt that when I got the contract, what was expected, and you've got to accept that, and you've got to love the pressure. You've not got to feel the pressure as being something that restricts you. You've got to feel the pressure and accept it as something that is inspiring.
2 new players during the summer break. Please tell us a little about the impression from Valon Gashi and Colin Biros.
I mean, Valon's done very well since he came. Valon's somebody that in 2020, when he played for VIF-Co, and obviously got to see quite a lot of him, was a player that was highly impressive. It was just that at that moment in time, it was kind of the wrong player for us at that time based on the players that we had. So he's done well coming in training. You can see that he's got a pedigree of goal scoring. He's a clever player. He's worked very hard in training, and it's just a matter of time before he gets his kind of start. We just wanted to give him a little bit of time to get used to the practicing and the tempo of the practices. Colin Biros, very creative, very technical, high midfield player or striker, can play in any of the positions up top, and as an attacking midfield player, I would say kind of if you want a cross between Kim Dixon and Alex Carlson with his passing range. Kim Dixon, he's got the ability to dribble and go past people, but he's got such great awareness, and he's shown it in training. It's just frustrating that we haven't yet managed to receive his work permit.
This Saturday, Norrby is coming here. It was a draw at Borås Arena. What do you expect from this game?
I expect the same thing, because I've watched 3 of their games since we played them, and they're a team that has a very set pattern of play. I think they are particularly gifted. I think they've got some very, very good players. They've got a lot of youth and legs in the team. They caused us a lot of problems in the first 20 minutes at their stadium. And then we got to grips of the game, and from there on in, you could probably say that we had slightly the better of it. We felt we were a little bit hard done to. We felt that we should have had a penalty, and they shouldn't have had a penalty. And also, again, we missed 2 or 3 great chances. This is a good team we're playing. I think they're in a false position, I've got to say. But they're like a lot of other teams. They throw men forward, they leave themselves open. Can we hit them on the break and connect those passes and go to goal? Like we've done in a lot of games, and just not managed to find the final pass, the final finish.